Welcome back to the adventures of Team BLT. So, you haven't seen a video from us for a while. We basically were off the road for about a month. Pretty close, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
We had some big changes. We were on our way out to Utah, and let's see, we loaded in Wisconsin. No, well, we unloaded in Chicago, and we reloaded in Wisconsin for Idaho. That was a week before Christmas. A couple weeks before Christmas, yeah. So yeah, and got loaded in Wisconsin, and there was some freezing rain coming in that, so I kept it going, and we got out to Chamberlain, South Dakota. That was about where the freezing rain quit, just 30-40 miles before Chamberlain, so we stopped there and went to bed and had a plan. We'll get up in the morning, and there was going to be some winds coming in Casper area and stuff, so the plan was to get up, and that was going to be late afternoon the next day, Saturday, the winds coming in. So the plan was to get up, get into Rapid City, and stop at the Flying J and get cleaned up quick, and get over through Casper area and that before the winds came up. That's when things got interesting. Took off from the big rest area there to, can't remember what her name is, the big Indian lady statue.
Oh.
That one, right off the river. Got to Rapid City to the Flying J and got showered in that, and got done, and we're just gonna walk out of the shower room, and it's been a little bit now, so I think I was going out the door first. Yeah, and it was so small in that one, and I asked Brenda I turned around and asked her to back up so I could open the door because she was right behind me, and right when I asked her to back up, she looked at me and said, "I don't feel good," and she just passed out, gone, cold, out cold. And yeah, that's when it got real interesting, real scary.
Yeah.
And yeah, I said I've never been so scared in my life. All of a sudden your wife passes out and you're not at home, and yeah. So, well, like I said, we were behind the door, and so I kind of caught her when she was going down, so that she didn't hit her head or nothing like that. Well, then we're behind the door with her on the floor, so I had to get her slid over in this little area about as big as this table.
Right.
Yeah, about that. Get her slid over enough and get myself shimmied over enough, and trying to hold her so I could at least get the door open to get some help. And got that pretty quick, and she wasn't coming around yet. I was hauling for help. So the guy that cleans the showers, he came, and I think he was more scared than anything. I think back on it, and he kind of froze. I told him to call 911, and he kind of froze. And
Really?
yeah, and then another guy came, and she still wasn't coming around. She was breathing real shallow, let's say. And Then she started coming around a little bit, and she started crying and stuff right away, and she wanted to sit up. We had her laying on the floor and had he had grabbed some fresh towels, not the used ones, and we had those rolled up under her head, and she started coming around, and she wanted to sit up. And so we started sitting her up a little bit, and she sat up. We were kind of basically holding her up, and she right back out. She wasn't there for 15 seconds. Well, by then I started thinking, because she has asthma, so me, I don't know. It was one of the things I thought of, and asked somebody if anybody had an inhaler, because we couldn't find anything of hers, and somebody came with an inhaler and got a couple puffs of that in her, and wasn't doing anything. I don't know how long it took. It seemed like it took quite a while for the ambulance to show up, but it probably was only 10 minutes. Maybe, I don't know, probably 10 minutes. And they showed up, couldn't get her coming around and stuff, and loaded her up in the ambulance, and I jumped in the ambulance also with them and rode over to the hospital in Rapid City. And she just started coming around when we got to the hospital, so I figured she was probably out for 20 minutes. And yeah, it's very scary. So we ended up sitting in Rapid City Hospital for the weekend. Trailer went
amazing. They were
above
awesome.
and beyond. Yeah. I mean, I called them right away to tell them, that we ain't gonna be in Idaho Monday morning.
Right.
And right away, he said, they had a guy sitting at the yard, and he said, don't worry about the load. He said, I'll get him heading that way. So they bobtailed him from Owatonna, Minnesota out to Rapid City. He got out there the next morning, and he took the load. He picked me up at the hospital, seeing he was bobtailing, and he picked me up at the hospital and gave me a ride over to the truck stop so I could get the truck and just bobtailed back to the hospital. So at least that was parked there then, and if we needed anything out of it, whatever, it was there. And when they didn't know when she was going to get out, but they said just whenever she gets released, whatever, just bobtail back home. Okay. So she ended up getting out of there. That happened Saturday morning. Got out of there Sunday night, right around supper time.
Yeah.
Finally, the doctor came and released her. They did. Well, how many?
They did four MRIs. A couple after, just checking on another condition I have already knowing, and then released me. They don't know if it was a stroke or heart problem, so I had a heart monitor put on and wore that 14 days, turned that in, just waiting for the results of that, but been feeling okay. Just gotta take it easy, but we had to say goodbye to Trelo just because
it got to where, and I've talked about it before because we're not getting any younger, and I've definitely been one that's never taken care of myself, just between things I've done growing up and trucking for almost 34 years, and go out and run hard, and especially when there's paper logs, and sit on the floor in a Peterbilt and run all day and night, and you don't think about the consequences later on down the road. And lately, we just talked about it like the week before or something, that if something ever happened or whatever, I said, I'd rather not be out on the road, and and then this happened, and so it just kind of put things in motion a little faster than planned. And so we
Kinda
left,
still trucking.
yeah, so we left Trelo. They totally
Very
understood.
sad. Very
Yeah,
sad. We miss him.
We actually just now finished our first week with a new company. It's not really what I totally want to do, but it's good money and all that, so we'll see where it takes us.
Just keeps us regional.
I'd like to get off the road. Sometime. Just be home every day, mow my own lawn, blow my own snow, do what we want. So yeah, they were very understanding, and like the first couple days this week were probably the hardest for me. They're hard for both of us, but it was tough. I mean, Trelo, we were very spoiled there with their trucks. Their trucks, I said, you know, how their owner-operator spec trucks and their maintenance is top-notch. You can't beat it. And, super nice people. And actually, the brand new truck that we told you we were getting, we got to see it the day we went and cleaned out our truck.
Yeah.
Our new truck was there.
They got for us with purple on it.
Yep. It was nice.
It was nice.
I just took a real brief look at it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to beat myself up over it.
Right.
But like I was saying, the first part of this week was tough. I just kept wanting to call Trelo back and call them up, because they said anytime you want to come back, just call. You know, your family now. And I just kept wanting to call them in the first couple days, and then each day it just got a little easier. And I don't know, I think we both kind of like it for now. It's definitely not something that I could do for the rest of my life.
Right.
I mean, so what we're doing, we went and started driving for California Overland out of Wabasha, Minnesota. Yep, Grumpy Old Men.
Yeah. Our favorite movie.
They're very nice people. The trucks are nice. Not quite as nice as Trelo's.
I didn't lose any storage space though,
No,
so it's
we're-
still a Kenworth T680.
Yeah, still in a 680. It's a nice truck. It's a next gen one. But it's not decked out, but
Right.
it's not a complete fleet truck either. I mean, it's got some stuff in it. But I've gotten used to it now over the week, and it's supposed to be a regional deal, I guess is what they call it. I think the furthest we've been from home is like 150 miles. We're gone from Monday morning until Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, somewhere in there. You're back Saturday, by the afternoon. And we got back this morning. Our load was ready at, it's poultry stuff. Reefer. Our load was supposed to be ready at 10 o'clock and got, I think they called us at 10 o'clock last night. And it was supposed to be done at 10. I think it was about 1:30 when they called me up and said that it was ready to go. So yeah, that's poultry stuff. And which I was ready to go. We had a few hour nap and stuff. And went over and picked the load up and went out. And it's, well, all week we've only live unloaded one load.
Right.
Well, it's all drop and hook.
Nice.
Which is Yeah, it's pretty nice. I mean, it gets you out of the truck. I get out of the truck, you know.
Yeah, you do.
I think one day I had 3 trailers.
So you won't be seeing the regular videos, but we'll get back on
We're
creating
kind of
some other transitioning here to a new way of life, and we're still gonna have our side-by-side fun
and
camping.
fish
and
house.
Our fish
That's
house.
where we're at now. We're
Getting ready for next weekend.
next weekend.
Yeah,
Gonna head up to Red Lake, so be watching for that video.
that's my favorite pastime.
Yeah, we got some fishing trips coming up. We got a big side-by-side trip coming up in March. That's the one I know I'm really looking forward
Right.
to. It's something neither one of us has ever done. And we're going down to Arkansas, so we're really looking forward to that. But we're gonna try to figure out this video thing, what we're gonna do. You know, try to throw in some trucking stuff. You guys aren't gonna want to see the same old Minnesota stuff all the time.
Right,
So
right.
if we want to go someplace interesting or whatever, we'll make sure we got the camera going, and or if we take a long load, because like they told us, you know, if we want to go and stretch our legs one week, just get out of the area, whatever, just break up the routine thing. Just let them know, and they run all over the whole country, but their main line is kind of the southeast, which that's where I like to go.
Yeah.
So if we want to go stretch our legs one week, we'll just let them know a week before or whatever, and take a long load and go stretch the legs.
So we got many adventures along our journey, and appreciate you coming along, and hopefully you'll stick in there with us and see what's next, and
Yeah, we'll
still be cooking in the truck when
Yeah,
I can.
probably make some of them videos.
Yeah.
Kind of do all the same stuff, just not going as far.
Regional, yeah.
You know, this week we never left Minnesota. So we were always within 140 miles of home.
Right.
In fact, we got through the house 2 nights.
Yeah.
One night we got, was where we had to deliver, we were pretty close, only 15 minutes from home. So
Right. That
one night
makes
we
sense,
got home
yeah.
about 10 o'clock at night. So well, we're just gonna go home and take our tent, and
Right.
so we did that, and then the other night we got to do the same thing, and it was kind of nice.
Yeah.
I mean, one step closer to running completely local, but
So
I just
another chapter.
we'll see where this takes us, and
Again,
Hope that-
thanks for
hope that
Hanging
never
out.
happens again with Brenda.
No, I hope not.
'Cause it was scary.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Didn't mean to do that.
Yeah,
That was scary too, because
but it really opens your eyes up when you're, like I said, when you're out on the road, and especially if you're running by yourself and something happens, you're out there by yourself. You know, her and I've got each other to take care of each other. But if you're out there by yourself, you never know. Yeah, so
all right.
we're gonna end this here. We want to thank everybody for watching. Sorry for the delay,
Interruption, speed bump.
a little hiccup.
It's not a
but
roadblock. It's just
No.
a speed bump. We're just
a little change in life.
yeah.
I appreciate all of you that have subscribed and liked the videos. So if you haven't subscribed, if you could hit that subscribe button and give that like button a little tap, and hit that notification bell, a little pop pop, so you'll know when the next one comes out. And she's still trying to get that.
I'm
So
trying to get it.
try to teach her how to do it, but I don't know. I got a lot of practice going.
Right, that's what I got.
But
But Team BLT, we'll be back.
thank you, everybody. We'll catch you on down the road or out on the lake. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next adventure.